Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Lockdown. We are here live for the first time. I'm your host, William Gabriel.
And I am your other host, Daniel Wargo.
And like I said, we're doing this live this time. I'm afraid there are going to be so many problems. I hope not.
There might be a lot of problems.
I hope not. It has been so long since I've talked to you, Daniel. It hasn't. Like, it hasn't. It's been so long since I've talked to you on the record, but you've been checking in with me a little bit. How was your break? How was your lockdown break? Did you go anywhere?
Have I been anywhere?
Yeah.
No. Literally no. Other than, occasionally to get some food at
That's
the grocery
nice.
store.
That's nice. What's outside like?
Outside?
I kind of forgot. It
was hot. You've been in a
What is
different
going
space
on?
than
Why
me.
is it hot in the winters, in the New Year's? How was your New Year?
Okay, so New Year was wonderful.
Really?
It was
What'd you do?
Very low key.
Tell me about the night.
I played Monopoly with my family.
Okay.
I beat the shit out of them. Honestly, I went to town.
Your poor parents, man. They're like, we didn't even want him to move back in, and now he's just like taking our fake money. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
It was a good day. How was your?
I had a great New Year. The girlfriend decided to maybe share COVID with me. Maybe share COVID. I have tested negative 8 times. I might have the blood of a god. I don't know what's going on, but we should maybe watch Hercules again and see if there's one more character in the background and see if it's fucking me. It might be me.
Are you one of those the muses?
Yeah.
Hercules! Are you one of them?
I think I have a harp. Like a golden... That's me. So I have not been going outside. I've been self-quarantining, maybe for the good, maybe for the waste of my time. But I'm a good person, Daniel. I'm very considerate of others.
I feel that from you. That's something I've always known about you, is that you are super considerate.
No, that's not something anyone would ever fucking use to describe me. But what was great is I got to spend this quarantine extra seclusion for my birthday. It was a good time.
Oh, so you got to be alone on your birthday inside.
Yes. Which, in a weird way, I think it was the first time I've done that in a long time. It's kind of great.
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking about that, and I'm going like, that's exactly what I want on my birthday.
I saw some romance in your eyes. You were like, fuck, just me and a beach. Me and a beach.
And a margarita. Oh, man, that sounds nice.
I see some people coming in. I just want to make sure everyone knows this is a live show now, but we're gonna be talking to each other. And after the show, we have a thing called Talk Down, where we will wrap it up and be friends with you all.
Yeah. So just because this will be broadcast as a podcast,
don't get used to what you're used to.
Yeah.
There will be no noises. There will be no biddies. You cannot send a fucking thing. And if you do, you won't hear a noise. So don't do it. Don't send a shit. Just listen to the show.
Okay. Yeah. So, So that's out of the way. And this will be like a normal podcast.
Like it.
And yeah.
Except no one talented involved.
Well, duh.
Okay.
I mean, we tried. We tried to get Chappelle on, but he has COVID, so.
That's right. That just happened last night. Dave Chappelle, hero of the world, man of the pillars of this nation, he was hanging around with Joe Rogan, just being a Joe Rogan fanboy, and now look at what happened to him. Everyone that hangs out with that fucking guy gets COVID. Not him, though. Is he ground zero of COVID? He's taking so many things. How can he look like that at 54 years old?
He's beefed. He's yoked.
It's Spotify money.
I don't say that about people.
It's Spotify money.
He's yoked. He's very into working out, But like I said, we tried to get Dave on. Dave had to cancel last minute. He was going to be here with you guys, with us, but this next time maybe that ship has sailed. We don't know.
He's got to go inside for a while.
So can we talk about how, partners are supposed to share everything, romantic partners are supposed to share everything. So your partner might have shared a deadly disease with you.
I mean, it was very nice of her to do.
Yeah.
So that way together we got to go on a journey of, what is this? Oh, you can't smell anymore. Oh, you can't taste. That was so fucking terrifying for me because I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to taste cake or pie on my birthday. Don't worry, folks. Don't worry. I ate everything.
I love
Daniel
it.
actually is such a nice man. He DoorDashed me some fucking cheese fries at like 10 at night.
That's what you get when you're my friend. You get DoorDash cheese fries.
Thank you.
So some people get watches and nice bottles of wine, but not me.
Cheese fries.
That's not what I give.
So that was
Cheese
that was the thing you shared. You shared that with me.
That with you. So we've talked a lot on this show about the loss of smell. And taste.
Yes.
More specifically, taste. What was that? Did you fully lose your taste?
No, not once.
No, okay.
I think, and
okay.
we don't know because my last test hasn't come back yet. I still don't know if I got it, but I know that my smelly smells were a little off. It was slightly dulled of the smelly smells, but the taste, I always had that. Always had it.
Okay.
But she lost her taste for like 4 or 5 days.
She did.
Yeah.
And but it's back now.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay.
Full swing.
Full swing. I remember you saying that you were trying to smell some eucalyptus, which is very potent.
Well, yeah, I've been doing that in the shower when I was sick to kind of help like get the gunkiness out, just like a little bit. And then later my mom was like, that's an irritant. That actually hurts your airwaves. And I was like, cool, Mom, thank you.
Oh, good. There you go. There you go.
Eucalyptus kills people. And I'm like, well, I was just doing like little drops. But yeah, I could not smell it in the shower. And you can usually get like a good whiff when it's coming back up in your steam. So then I was okay. I'm going to really test this out. I'm going to go to the deep dark. I'm going to really push this. Can I not smell? So I went to the bathroom and I took a shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah. What? That's a fucking... Stop pretending like everybody doesn't poop. You're not this shimmery, glittery girl and dancing around. You poop, Daniel. You poop and it's gross. Sometimes I bet it's under the bowl when you've had too much pizza the night before. So just let's pretend for a second that you're on board with this story. So I did the deed.
Okay.
Nothing. I would have never known. And that was scary to me.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
I'm sorry.
You asked, and I'm telling you what I've experienced. The coronavirus hits hard. And I'm not trying to make light of what has been a terrible thing. Dude, have you seen the numbers in Los Angeles? We're a party.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of socializing going on, clearly. Yeah. Because those numbers are popping. It's like a party, man.
We should be out in nature away from people. We should be exploring the wilderness with masks on.
Okay, Eagle Scout.
Okay.
It's enough out of you. Just because you can build a fire.
It's good. It's a good knowledge of tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a gas fireplace, so just turn it on. Boom, fire.
Oh. I have a heater in this apartment, but I think it's more like it's part of the fan for the oven. I don't know how it works, and it's just not a heater. It's been so cold on the cold nights and so hot on the hot nights. I just can't be comfortable.
I understand that.
But like I said, it was my birthday recently, and I wanted to at least... This show is known for our stupid clips. It really is. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was born in the year of 1989, and I wanted to give us an energy, a momentum to move and get us to the beginning of this show. So I found this clip that is related to 1989. If you want to pull that up for us, Daniel.
I do. I certainly do.
In honor of me.
I'm gonna get a heritage unit on camera! Yeah! This will be 1989 Rio Grande. Woohoo!
is happening?
I think it's just a train.
Woo! Yeah! Oh, yes! Oh, she's a beauty! She is a beautiful thing! Oh, yeah! Look at that thing! Oh, woo-hoo! Oh, she is for this moment
Yeah.
for months, and it's fun.
So that is the 1989 Rio Grande train that apparently the most just happiest man in all of the land.
Wow.
Have you ever been more excited? I've never felt that way. The way he felt about that train.
No.
About anything.
No.
And he won?
That was the most exciting thing I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh, it doesn't do anything for me, but I love that he likes it.
No, that's what is exciting about it. I don't care about the train. It's a train. Okay. But just like, wow. I almost like now I know what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a life partner. It's like I want someone to be that excited about me. Like
That train's as
look at
old as me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Do you think this dude, the way that people have baseball cards and follow people's careers, has he been following this train since 1989? Like he just saw it one day in a magazine or whatever, and he's like, that's the train. I need to see that fucker one day.
Possible. It's I feel like he like has logs of all the trains that are coming into town. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go see that one. That one's coming in at 10:23 on Tuesday. This one's coming in at 5:42 on Saturday. Ooh,
my mom talks about her dad and how he used to drive over to Long Beach and just watch planes land. That concept sounds so fucking... What? Just going to watch them land and that's like your evening?
Yeah. You know, actually, interesting. My
Same
mom
energy.
said that they used to drive over to LAX and they would watch the planes land as well. Like,
At the Proud Bird?
Planes were magic.
At the Proud
back then.
Bird? That's true.
You know,
our parents were like,
thing.
that shouldn't be happening.
Right.
But trains have like been working for 200 years. Why is this dude so fucking stoked? What's new about this train?
I don't know. You know what? Everyone gets their jollies off on different things. Okay, sometimes it's trains, sometimes it's planes, sometimes it's Megan Fox.
Do you want to get your jollies off on this other clip that I totally steamrolled over because I'm a fucking idiot?
I always do.
Cool.
I always do. Okay.
I feel violated already. Actually, this is a preview of what it was like in the bathroom when I was like, can I really not smell?
Ew.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know why. I like this a lot.
You would.
What do you think he's doing?
I think he lost something.
Whoa, I don't see it anymore. There it is.
This clip?
I got it.
Oh. Been
You
there.
really think he lost something? Been there?
Oh, it's a What? Why? 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 What is happening?
Dude, he's like fingering Mother Nature. What are you doing?
He's fisting it.
It's so aggressive.
He's going deep.
Where are shovels? This is our first day on Twitch. We're going to be canceled by the end of this fucking stream because of that clip. That was a lot. I feel violated, but also refreshed.
I feel like I need some alone time.
Okay, I don't want to do that. Let's move on to the next thing. Well, moving in, we talked about our new year. It is a new year, new me. 2020 is over. That fucking disaster. The whole reason we even have this podcast is done. Why do we continue, Daniel? Why are we still here?
I mean,
new year, new me
wasn't the reason we had the podcast.
Oh, what was it?
It was the lockdown. Remember?
Well, that happened in 2020. That would be the defining thing of 2020. I'm a yes and you from now on, though.
Yeah. but we're still kind of in lockdown. So it's like, and it's 2021. I don't know if you know.
So are we still stuck? Is time relative?
That's a different podcast. We are still in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah. It's almost like it's getting worse.
Almost. Every day is a new something.
But there is, at least this last week, I don't know if you noticed, other than numbers, other than watching those things, pretty slow news week. Nothing really happened, right?
This week?
Yeah, I don't think anything really that big happened, right?
We got a new president. Where have you been?
Oh, okay, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeesh. We got rid of Donald Trump this week.
That's okay. Everyone just claps in the chats, claps in your hearts, claps in the air.
Yeah.
Just 6 distance away from me when you clap. Don't clap that air. Clap that ass. I'm sorry.
Okay. Maybe we could do that too. I am so happy.
You're happy? I can tell by the way you're folding your arms right now.
I feel like I look better when I do this.
Oh, I definitely look better when I lose weight, but that hasn't happened yet. However, it will. New year, new me.
New year, new you.
It doesn't matter when it happens, just as long as it does.
Time is relative.
That's what we did. That's what we did with this president. We just waited. We were like, we're gonna get skinny. Gotta wait a couple years, then I'll finally get it. And now we got a little skinny boy.
You know, it's a Joe Biden era.
It's a Joe Biden era.
Those pounds are just gonna fly off you.
Did you watch the inaugurate? What is the word?
Inauguration?
Eggnoggeration.
That's a way better name.
I fucking hate eggnog. Overrated drink.
Okay.
Conspiracy.
We've got a lot of thoughts today.
But did you watch it?
Yeah, of course I watched it. Did you watch it?
No. I slept in. I kind of forgot. Well, my birthday was like 2 days before. I definitely forgot. I kind of thought it was going to happen on the 21st, not on the 20th.
How were you not being like tomorrow, 8 like you got to get up? I set my alarm, my friend.
I definitely didn't set my alarm. I just knew the moment Trump got ejected from social media, from Twitter, this burden came off of me. I felt so much better. However, when I was talking to you earlier, you were kind of saying the opposite. You were having a withdrawal almost from this.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. You know, so Trump got kicked off Twitter 2 weeks ago, maybe, right? Yeah. After the Capitol riot, after just everything in America seemed to be slipping away from us. And
it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild leading up to.
It was wild.
I don't think there's anything we could really offer talking about what happened at the Capitol that hasn't already been said. But can we just take a second to address? Okay. What a fucking dumb thing. Also, I hate Mace Lady. It's like, it's a revolution. She had a fucking onion in her hand. Jesus. Just Jesus. I don't
actually know who you're talking about.
You haven't seen that video of the girl that's like, we're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution. And she's crying. She's like talking about how she got bear maced and how she was like in the front line. She was in the thick of it, Daniel. But no, she had a towel with an onion and she's rubbing fucking raw onion into her eyeball. Can you imagine hating people so much that you had to put onions into your eyes? I don't even want to have onions when I'm cooking. I put my face in the freezer and it sucks. It sucks because it's Cry Central.
Yes. It's not a fun thing to cut onions, and I wouldn't want to put that on anybody. You know, it was a crazy day. It was an insane day. In fact, it was almost like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and then it was just sad and depressing. And then it was like, okay, we're going to move on.
Well, Pelosi put on her nice blouse that she wore the last time she impeached Trump, and she impeached him again. And then
same
blouse.
Impeachment blouse.
Yeah, I think she was like, I want to be in this outfit when we fucking destroy him. I want the pictures to read this putting us together. Wouldn't you pick out an outfit if you were going to end the president?
I guess so.
Like
I never
at least
really
a tie.
about that.
At least a tie.
I think I'd put on a cape.
Oh.
I think I'd put on a cape, man.
Nice walking stick, top hat. What are these things? What are the circle things that are like, I see better?
A monoglass.
Yes.
Monoglass? That sounds right.
I think it's a monocle.
Monocle! That's it. You're right.
I'm brilliant.
Wow, good job. Monoglass.
Have you seen, just totally off topic for a hot second, have you seen the conspiracy around the Monopoly Man?
No.
I want to ask you a question. This is the Mandela effect. When you think of the Monopoly Man, the mustachy, top hatty, gonna take all your money man, teaching you life lessons of capitalism, fucking dick. Do you picture him with a monocle or without a monocle?
Without a monocle.
Okay. Most people would say the opposite. And I think they're all like, the Matrix is real. There's a glitch in the system. But I never remember him having a monocle. I think they're thinking of Mr. Peanut.
That's what I was like.
I think they're thinking of the Peanut.
And then I was like, no, that's Mr. Peanut. He has a monocle. And then I was like, I don't think this other guy has a monocle. I think he has a little cane and a top hat.
These are the big questions here at Lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
The new president, new Mr. Peanut.
Mm-hmm. New Mr. Peanut.
I mean, they're very similar. Both top hats, both walking sticks. But the monocle, I mean, he's a fucking peanut. He needs all the help he can get. I'm sure he doesn't have great eyesight.
No, I mean, he's not even a nut.
But the Monopoly Man, he's got all the money in the world. He could buy brand new eyes if he wants. Just those Blade Runner eyes, just not even real eyes anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm actually happy that you didn't fucking like picture it with the monocle, because there's so many fucking idiots on TikTok that are just like, dude, the Matrix, they fucked up, bro. They don't even remember what happened.
God. This next generation after millennials.
They're so gullible. What is it?
It's social media, man.
Oh.
Fake news.
Fake news. We're part of it right now. Someone's going to clip this up and take only the parts that they liked about that, and they're going to be like, it's not Mr. Peanut. See, we proved you wrong. Here's a podcast. They talk all about it. No one's going to listen to our episode, except for the people that are here right now. Once this episode is done being recorded, it dies. No one sees it again.
If someone takes the time to cut up an episode of ours, it means someone listened to our show. And for me, that's success.
Success. So let's be a part of fake news, Daniel. Let's embrace being part of the problem, okay?
Speaking of fake news,
yes.
Let's get back to this idea of Trump getting off Twitter.
Yes, I'm sorry.
We took a sidetrack, but I'm here to bring us back. He didn't get off Twitter, I should say. He was
kicked the fuck off.
He was removed from Twitter. And Twitter has been the place over the past several years, even before he was president,
right,
where we were able to see every thought that crossed into this little man's mind.
Little man. Daniel is coming out with big words, and he's calling the ex-president little man. I like it. Continue.
He's a little man.
Little
he's
man.
He's probably tall, but that doesn't.
He's really huge. He's literally like a football player if he stopped eating McDonald's.
Or, I mean, he could be a lineman, with the McDonald's.
There you go.
So, anyway, so he got kicked off Twitter, and I never followed Trump on Twitter. I will say this. I didn't want to give him my follow, right? I would go to his Twitter.
Did you follow his POTUS account?
No, I followed none of him.
Isn't that weird that he had 2 Twitter accounts?
Well, the POTUS is an account of the government, technically.
Right, but it's still his if you look at it. But like Biden has just embraced that he's now the president in his bio. It doesn't say fucking POTUS 46. It says POTUS 45 still. They're probably going to make a whole new thing.
Interesting.
I don't think he wants to be on the same page. I think it was originally supposed to be intended that way, but now they're just like, I don't want to be on the same feed as the retweet of the Rifle Association.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's probably a good call at the end of the day.
And if we're looking for ats, I would go with Prezi46. Not POTUS, Prezi. Prezi46. I think it's cuter. This whole POTUS thing is fucking confusing. And the first lady one is like FLOTUS. Like, that sounds like a disease. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
It's an acronym.
I hate it. It sounds literally like a disease. FLOTUS. You are dying of FLOTUS.
It doesn't sound. It sounds like a flower to me, like a lotus. Lotus. It floats.
It's like a floating lotus.
FLOTUS. So I never followed Donald Trump. I did go to his Twitter maybe once, twice a week, depending on the news, to see the shit that he's spewing, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a part of me that got high off of it, right?
Okay. Got some dopamine. You got a little kicker in the brain.
Got a little kick. Made me angry sometimes.
Was it kind of like was it like a self-preservation of like, oh, this is the bar of like, I can tell this one's a fucking idiot, so I feel better about myself? Was it like reassurance for you that you're a good person over this other? Or was it just like, you couldn't look away, like it's a bad car crash and you can't stop watching it happen?
It's a bad car crash.
Okay.
And it's also like, and this guy is the president, the most powerful person in the world.
Right.
And this is the shit he's spewing. So I'm just checking what's happening. So just so I can be in the game, so I can be in the know. Whew, right? And for 4 years, I did that. And then all of a sudden, the craziest shit happens in our entire lifetime, other than maybe like 9/11. It was crazy. That was a crazy day. And I'm going, I need to know what this guy's thinking.
Yeah.
Right? I need to know. And that's the day they suspended him.
Right.
And then you're like, what is he thinking?
I think that was for the best. I no longer cared. I no longer cared what he had to fucking say at that point. I haven't for years. Like, that addiction thing that you're talking to would just frustrate me. I literally blocked him months ago so I don't see his tweets. I blocked him.
Good call. You have a lot of power in that.
No, but I unblocked when they blocked him, and I was like, wait, no, I want to know. And now there's nothing there. You can't even find it.
Well, it's kind of like heroin, right? It's not good for you.
It's not. Although it feels good. I don't know.
You can't get enough.
You can't get enough.
You can't get enough. And it's like, I want to know. I got to see what he's thinking. What's going on in that tiny little brain? I want to
know. Can you show me? I want to know about these strangers like me. That's half the country. That Phil Collins song is about half the country.
What a time. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing in general. Obviously, I'm like happy that Twitter made this decision, made it happen.
I feel like it's so convenient, though, for Twitter, for all these people that were in his cabinet to now, like 2 weeks out of everything being over, to be like, I'm putting my foot down. No more. And this is before even what happened at the Capitol, like what people were trying to do and step down. Right. The assistant to the first lady stepped away just so they can like get away from being like drawn into the fucking mess of it all. And I just find it very convenient. It's so convenient. It's like, now I'm a good person. I need a new job.
It was too little too late. I think, everyone... like lines got crossed, obviously. Now, in my opinion, lines got crossed years ago.
Don't cross the streams.
That was a different line, I guess. Some people's lines are placed in different places, and my line's placed here, but your line might be placed here. It's like, what are you going to do?
Is this a slippery slope? Are we setting ourselves up for failure in these worlds, or is it good to police these truly insane people that really probably don't deserve a voice in the national conversation that so greatly affect all of us, especially when you have the power that he did?
Yeah, I'm not, honestly, I understand why they did it, right?
Yeah.
And I think for the safety and well-being of the country, probably
he incited violence upon their own citizens.
Yes. I am not a fan of the move by Twitter, though. At the end of the day, I can't say that I think was the smartest move.
Sure.
I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
Personally, and I think probably it was a good move, but I think it sets a really bad precedent. At the end of the day, Donald Trump was elected fairly into office.
I will never accept that, but thank you. Hurting me again.
But the way that the system lawfully works, he was elected, even though he didn't get as many votes as Hillary. He was elected, and his term was to last 4 years on the dot until noon of January 20th.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have processes by which a president can be removed, multiple.
Yeah.
He was not removed by any of those processes. So at the end of the day, the will of the people still said that he was the president till noon on January 20th, 2021. So that's kind of my thinking. I understand.
How much did you hear from the president when you were a kid?
Well, the president didn't have Twitter.
Exactly. So maybe that this is setting like a new precedent of what we expect moving forward.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right? But I think that Congress should be the one to say, hey, maybe a president needs to have tweets sent through these chambers, as opposed to the president can say whatever he wants.
Do you think that Ben Affleck is sending his own tweets? Not now. The dude's a mess. He's always creating crazy memes. He's got a PR team that are thinking over his tweets. He may send them a note, an iPhone note that's like, what do you think of this? Is this cute?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, Ben, it's a little racist, so we're going to do a little bit of punch up here and there. We just need a team for the president. Like the Twitters, like it's 140 characters. No, it's not. How many is it now? Let's say 300. Let's say 300. That is a specific art form to get a thought to just perfectly work. Like Daniel earlier, when we were trying to set up the show, wrote a really long joke. It was too long for the live. That means maybe not a joke, maybe just a mouthy thought. And all of Trump's Twitter was just a mouthy thought.
Yes, I mean, I agree. But that is what Twitter is and has been.
I resent that. Everything I post is gold. It is top-notch brilliance. Every time. There's never a dud.
It's
not
supposed to be, though. That's not what Twitter intended it to be.
I know. If you look back at like 2008 Twitter, like back when I first joined, it's like going to science class. Fuck. Like it's like a text message to no one that no one would have even responded to. Like if I sent that to you, I'd been like, and you would have just texted back, K. Like, I'm in class. Stop bothering me.
Oh, good.
I saw a meme that was really funny to me that Trump doesn't have access to Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, like every social media, Twitch. They've kicked him off now officially, indefinitely. But he was using the like emergency president line to text us, and it was like, "You up?" I just love the thought that he like can't keep away from the attention, that he has to go to the emergency text message thing to just be like, hello.
Right. I loved those tweets like the day after where someone put a mustache on Donald Trump's face and like created a new name. And it was like, hello, I am new to Twitter. I just like
Donaldo Trump or something like that. It was so fucking good. He lost everything, dude. He lost it all. Can you imagine being such an attention seeker of a person? Like, you and I both like performing, like entertainment, just like that whole performative side of the art form. But, like, he's a whole other level of need for that. Like, he had the biggest show in the country at one point because he wanted that. He needed that attention. And he has continually kept that up on his Twitter account, even before the presidency. Having all of that tool stripped away from you, what do you think that that's actually like for a human being? Do you think he's going to maybe become a better person because he'll be able to unplug?
I think he's lost. I think the thing about Trump is that his ego is the strongest thing about him.
Right.
And it has been bred, and he has manipulated his life into a way in which everyone needs to stroke his ego. The presidency, by
I don't
nature,
like that you use the word stroke.
Well, you know. Okay.
I don't want to stroke anything of his.
I don't
Especially
either.
not the hair.
But
do you remember when Jimmy Fallon just was like in his hair?
Yeah, I do remember.
That is not aging well.
No.
He stroked it. He stroked the president with his hand. in the hair.
Okay. Well, he's not the only one who stroked the president.
I hope
Let's
not.
just be real. Let's just be real. So, I just think he's, when you're the CEO, when you're a celebrity, when you're a billionaire, or an alleged billionaire, whatever.
Yeah, we have no idea if he has money.
Have the ability to, to structure your life in such a way where your ego comes first and everyone needs to bow down to your ego. The presidency by nature is a job that does hit the ego, but really is supposed to hit that place of service, right? It's a service job.
Okay.
In terms of doing something for other people.
I agree that's what the definition of it is. However, I think every individual, do not get it twisted. Just because we had never seen politicians like Donald Trump before, I do not ever believe that the person seeking out that position is not in some way, shape, or form a little narcissistic and a little in need of it for themselves, more so than it is a service.
You have to be. I mean, I think in order to run for the presidency, you have to be like, I'm better at I can save this country.
And I do not relate to that at all. However, when you see Los Angeles on fire the way that it is, I can kind of go at that small level, be like, I could be mayor. Because clearly it's an easy job. Look at how fucking terrible they're doing. Like, it's so simple.
Right. Yes. No, I get that.
Do you hear how stupid that is? I'm basically as dumb as Donald Trump at that point to think that I could fix it. To think.
You know what? I think that's the kind of idealism you need for that kind of job.
Watch out, everyone. 2024. I'm gonna save this fucking country. No, it's fine. It's probably fine.
But I think, on the other side of that, just to kind of play devil's advocate, like, we're all just people, right?
Right.
Some people are smarter than others. Some people have different talent.
You're a lot smarter than me.
I don't know that that's true.
A lot smarter.
But, I mean, I have an above average IQ. Though.
Thank you. Thank you for admitting that finally.
It's just who I am. I can't control that.
I tested mostly close to ADHD, except for spatial understanding. I tested genius. I don't even know what the fuck that means, though. Like, what is that? You could just see where everything is better than everyone else? Great! Can I do anything with that? Is that a job? Fuck. Genius. Don't tell me. Like, don't even tell me. Just say normal. Because it's worthless. It's a fucking worthless ability. It's like if you could fly, but you could only hover this far off the ground. You're basically walking...
What I bet you're really good at is, like, you walk into an empty room.
Yeah.
And you're like, I could probably fit my couch there. I could fit the lamp there. And, like, it would fit.
That's true. I'm very good at Tetris.
It doesn't fit.
I'm very good at Tetris. But I don't have, like, a creative eye for it. It's not going there because it is beautiful. It's going there because it functions there.
It fits there, yeah.
Genius.
Maybe you could fly some planes.
I think it's too late for that. I think you have to have been flying your whole life. Wait, no, Bill Burr just learned how to fly a helicopter. I could go fly helicopters.
Don't fly helicopters.
No, we saw what happened last year. No.
We don't need you on a helicopter. But a plane, I think you could learn to fly a plane.
You know, my grandma, when she was a teenager, this is like crazy because it's like, it's a time we don't even identify with, but when she was like 19, she used to run onto the airfield with her friend and steal an airplane and fly it because her friend kind of knew how to fly. 2 teenage girls in the 1930s just stealing planes. How fucking dope is that? I will never be that fucking cool.
I'm so terrified for your grandma right now.
She made it. I'm here.
Obviously, because you're here. But, okay, her friend kind of knew how to fly. Did she also kind of know how to land?
I literally never knew any of this until my grandmother's funeral 2 years ago. So I never got to ask her any of these questions. This is all hearsay from her sons that tell me. It's fucking crazy.
That is intense.
And we're over here complaining about the internet. What happened to us in 100 years?
I can't fly shit.
We need this pandemic. We need to relearn the values. Would you ever get in a plane with somebody that's like, I can kind of fly?
No, God, no. I wouldn't even get into a play with I wouldn't even get into a plane with someone who's like, I can fly. I'm like, do you
Wait,
fly
really?
for Delta?
So like Lauren's husband, you would never get in a plane with him.
God, no. I mean, I know he can fly, but fuck, no. God,
Really?
no. Would you?
I kind of want to do it. Yeah, I kind of want to. I kind of want to go in one of those like two man, like someone's flying and you're in the front. I kind of want to do. Have you seen what Peter Jackson does with like actor friends to impress them? He has like this plane that he'll tie you to. He did this to Ed Sheeran. He'll tie you standing up, so you're standing on the wings while it's flying.
What?
Doesn't that sound fun? That's real.
No.
Yes.
Okay, Will, do you understand how like velocity works?
Yes. And I will also remind you that I am my grandmother's grandson. So how dare you?
Wow. I don't understand.
In conclusion, we're going to miss Donald Trump. Not fucking really, but we'll never get to know what he ever thinks again. The only thing that I will say, just to bring us back out of grandmother airplanes, I do wonder if where he goes next will be even more secluded, even more of a bubble, whatever that is. Because there are some social medias that I don't subscribe to that are very one-sided base. Is that where he's going to go? Does he have power in those places? Does he start like a Patreon show? Not Patreon the company, but does he start his own version of that? And then now those voices are so just reinforcing this one idea without ever being challenged by any other thought. Does that maybe take the conversation away from the people?
I think the jury's still out on all this, you know?
Maybe he gets an OnlyFans. It's worked for a lot of people.
You know,
feet pics.
good for him.
Those tiny toes Trump. That's what they used to call him.
Okay. You know what? Whatever works. I hope he just kind of rides off into the sunset and enjoys the rest of his life, but I doubt he will. I bet he will come back and annoy us all for many, many more years.
Great.
Until his.
So is he going to get that TV channel like everyone's kind of projecting? Do you see that coming?
I think that's a tough sell, but maybe he would need a very large investment from multiple sources
because he has no money.
Yeah, and you wouldn't put your own money into that anyway.
Never.
Just it wouldn't make any sense.
See, this is why I keep you around, because you understand business. I don't.
Yeah, why would you put your own money into something?
Because everyone I've ever looked up to literally put themselves out there and like put all of their money, sold their comic books, got credit cards. They had no money to give back, and that's how they fucking made it. Everyone I look up to fucked up.
You and I would need to do it.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't have billionaires' phone numbers, right?
How do we get
if
those?
I had billionaires' phone numbers,
how do we eat the rich? How do we eat the rich? By taking. I want to. Daniel wants some lobster. He wants some sushi every goddamn day. He wants a tuna roll for breakfast.
I would.
You
Honestly,
would?
if I was rich, I would do anything for some fancy ass food right now.
Oh my god. Oof.
Fancy ass food.
Now I do want sushi. It's closer to noon than it is 9 a.m., so now I want some yellowtail.
Yeah, yellowtail sounds great.
I don't have the money for it.
Who does?
So I'll just think about it. Maybe I'll just open up a can of tuna. A can of tuna. A can of tuna. That doesn't sound good.
Please don't do that today. Go to get some poke.
Poke.
Some poke.
I don't know, man. It's going to be weird. Because now Twitter's just going to be these like really boring, upliftful messages from Biden where he's like, we got this. Everyone's in it together. Just, you know what? If you need anything, give me a call. Just like all these really nice, helpful thoughts. And I'm going to get bored.
It's a new era, my man.
It's a new era.
Is. And I really, kind of on a serious note, I just really so impressed with Biden. And just his, you can just see, I think they're, we were talking about that service aspect, the ego aspect. I think, he's obviously, he had gotten into politics for probably his ego. He ran for president because he's like, I can do this, right?
Sure.
And now that he's here, that presidency, that dream that he's probably been dreaming of for 40 or 50 years looks nothing like he probably ever imagined it. No one was at his inauguration. The parade was nobody. There's
Lady Gaga was there, Daniel.
Well, she was.
J-Lo was there. Not no
J-Lo
one.
was there.
Someone.
But not the hundreds of thousands of people that you would expect to see at inauguration.
Do you think that if Trump still had his Twitter, that's what he would tweet? A picture of his inauguration, which was not the best, but still that a picture of Biden to be like, still have more people, bitch.
Well, I saw this clip that was from the day after, or the day after that Trump got inaugurated.
Right.
And Sean Spicer in the press secretary's office was like, in the press room was like, this was the most attended inauguration in history, period. And that's like verbatim what he said.
I forgot about that guy. I miss him.
I know. So I really wanted Biden's press secretary to come in and say, this was the lowest attended inauguration in history, period.
But do we know that? Maybe like when George Washington became president, there was like 7 people there because everyone else has like syphilis.
You never know.
So that may not be true.
Pointed at him. They were like, do you want to be president? He was like, I
eat. And that's how America started, with an I eat. There's your history lens. So what did you think, speaking of J-Lo and Gaga, you are a man of music. I would go so far to say music man. You are the music man of my life. Not a great show, but a great man. So what did you think of the performances as we lead into this new era? Did we give the send-off of a century?
I did not care for the musical performances. Unpopular.
The way that you said that.
I thought they were very weak.
Yeah?
Very weak. And I'll just say this, like Gaga, I'm a fan of Gaga. I think she's a very, very talented person.
Which Hunger Games is she auditioning for?
Whatever she was wearing, not appropriate.
Oh, I don't necessarily care. I just thought it was funny looking.
Not appropriate.
Not appropriate to Daniel, everyone.
It's just like you come out in this fucking like wedding dress that's red. Like what? You're at an inauguration for the greatest country in the history of the world. Show some like
I don't know. I don't care. Show some ankle for all I give a shit.
I mean, Garth Brooks wore jeans, so like
Garth Brooks murdered people, and he should not be there. His eyes say killer. His mouth says yeehaw. His mouth says yeehaw. His eyes say I've done some dark shit.
This is unsubstantiated.
Actually, I kind of, for all the shit that everyone says about him, I kind of love that he just wore jeans. It has the same energy that Bernie's mittens have. That fucking picture is going so viral.
It's beyond viral.
Yeah.
Whatever the next level after viral is, that's what that picture is.
And like people are so talented, they've already like made complete merch. It's been like 2 days. Mm-hmm. There are coffee cups, sweatshirts, baseball hats that are not just printed on. People have hand sewn this bitch into hats now. That's how much they love that picture of him. The fuck out of here.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, you sit in the right way and wear the right outfit, and there you go. You're a meme.
You're a meme.
And yeah, so I just didn't. I thought they were weak. I thought J-Lo's was the best, which is weird because I don't think of her as much of a singer.
What would you call her then, Daniel? Isn't she a singer first? Jenny from the block, bitch? Like, what are you talking about?
I just don't think her voice is all. It's like kind of like back in those days when she kind of got famous.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to throw people
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, but like Britney Spears, not a great singer.
Yeah.
Like a good pop star, a good performer.
But now, like the same era as Christina Aguilera and Kelly Clarkson.
No, Kelly Clarkson's a little later.
Oh, God.
But Christina Aguilera
2004.
is definitely, and Beyonce, obviously, Destiny's Child. Like those two are kind of, they're the real deal of that time. But Britney was more of an icon, as was J-Lo.
Yeah.
To me, I'm not going to go listen to her.
How did she become an icon, though? You think? By being a good singer to people.
I think she's more of a dancer. Like she,
I miss that. I miss when everyone was dancing. Just for no reason. Like, everyone that sang, you just had to have a dance number with your song.
Yeah.
Let's bring that back.
It's shameful.
Oh.
Adele, next album, we need you to dance.
Yeah.
We need you to dance. It's going to be necessary. But my biggest one was with Garth, right? Garth.
The murderer.
I actually am a fan of Garth.
Okay.
Another
icon by Daniel standards, not known for his singing. I don't know. I've never heard any of his music other than "Oh Places." That's it. Is that even him?
I don't know which one. I thought we were talking about a different song when we were talking about that.
Definitely not.
I've got old friends.
That's the same thing.
Oh.
I was just doing the high part.
Okay.
I don't know the song. Why would I know the song?
Everyone knows that song.
I'm getting canceled by Garth Brooks fans.
We're getting off track about Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
He chose to sing Amazing Grace, which is, in my opinion, one of the greatest songs in history. He was kind of flat.
Okay.
He sang it a cappella.
Did they have auto-tune?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. That's where they went wrong.
Yeah, you need to auto-tune if he's going to be a little flat, or play with the band so that he's not flat. The Marine Corps band's just sitting there.
They're there. They can play the notes, Garth.
And Garth's like, nah, I got this.
I'm good.
And then he asks everyone to sing with him. He's like, whether you're at home or at work, I want you to sing this next one with me.
How dare he?
And then he changes the melody. And it's like, bro.
Sing with me, but I'm going to do my own shit.
If you don't sing the melody. Yikes.
It's like when you go to a concert of like a punk band and they get like to the really cool part in the song and you're like going to sing along with them and they can't hit the note, so they change it.
Yes.
And so now you as the crowd went for it and you all sound fucking stupid because he had to do some like, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's a crime.
Dude,
we should be putting people in jail for this. Garth, the FBI is coming.
I mean, like, I used to work for churches, right? I've sang Amazing Grace 10 billion times. When you ask people to sing with you, you've got to sing it straight. That's just the law. That's the rule. That's the way it goes. Okay?
I say you don't have to sing it straight. You can sing it any direction you want. Just make sure it's the melody.
A lot of confused people.
Good.
A lot of them. I'm off my high horse.
It's okay. I knew that you needed to get that out, so I gave you a platform, an opportunity to make your case. I don't know that it was the only thought of the day, but it is a nice takeaway that we were able to change our country, get some good things going for us for the first time in 4 years, and the only takeaway that Daniel Wargo has is the songs suck. The singers suck. Needed some different songs.
I mean, Obama had Yo-Yo Ma, okay?
That's
Yo-Yo
a great point.
Mama. Obama Mama. No, I was
I don't
trying
know.
to put their names together.
You're gonna get canceled. Should we take a break?
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll be right back.
We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Lávate las manos. Es muy importante que te laves las manos. Wash your damn hands.
And we are back.
We're back, everyone. See how not jolty that was? Just to break it up. Break it up. We got to break up our topics sometimes, because what we were just talking about was very important. And what we're about to talk about is the internet. And the internet can be a scary place. We're on it right now. We're all here hanging out with each other. We're best friendios. But we don't always know someone's true intentions. We don't always know what's going on. And Daniel, I don't know why, he just discovered YouTube like 2-3 years ago. So I always feel this need to teach him about things that maybe he's missed. And so that's why we call this segment Daniel Learns the Internet. And
yes,
for us today, Daniel, in the news, some crazy shit is going down. We have a clip that's going to help explain, get the ball rolling, and I'd like you to play that for us.
Okay, you got it.
I know that there's such bigger things to worry about in the world right now, but somebody's got to let Elon Musk know that the Tesla is a secret cat killer, and it's a problem that we've really got to fix. We have now lost, I don't even want to tell you how many cats, because they don't hear the Tesla crank and unfortunate things happen, and it's really devastating and tragic for everyone involved. So since the Tesla is so quiet, maybe he could like make one of those noises that like bother cat or animal ears when it cranks up, so that way they know something's happening and they aren't caught off guard and things don't end in a very tragic way. So, you know, Elon Musk, let's figure this out. I mean, you owe me a couple cats. And yes, I'm fully aware that there's some user error involved in this, but I'm just saying, you know, collaborate to save some cats' lives.
So, my first takeaway is, how many cats has Jamie Lynn Spears killed? My second takeaway is, I love that when she's reaching out to Elon Musk for some information, she calls it a collab. She is such a child of that generation where it's like, let's collab. Let's make a YouTube video together. Let's figure this out. This is some clout right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is that video, Daniel?
I'm so confused because it's not a joke, I don't think,
No,
right?
no, she's really reaching out.
Serious.
She chose to make a video to be like, yo, Elon, I've been killing some cats because of your car. I liked those cats.
Tell you how many.
I don't want to even get into it. I understand there's some user error, but this is your fault. Let's talk. Let's do a collab YouTube video.
No.
I mean, just all jokes aside, though, it's terrible that an animal's life had to be hurt by this. But at the same time, I did look into this a little bit. The National Highway Traffic Administration will require all electronic vehicles to emit a sound, which she's talking about, while at 18 miles per hour or higher by September 2020. So this like went into effect already. These cars are already being updated for these standards. What's going on, Jamie? Also, where have you been? It's been like 10 years since Zoe 101 or whatever the fuck that show was, and you chose now to come back? Your nose is stuffy? Do you have coronavirus? What is this video, Daniel?
I really don't know. I can't tell if she's well or not. I'm really not sure.
No one knows what's going on with their sister, so God knows what's going on with her.
Like, maybe
their dad is fucking crazy.
Instead of like making videos to Elon Musk, maybe she should make videos to try and free her sister.
Yeah, the important shit.
Time, right? I mean, it's sad for these cats if that is what's happening, but it's a little bit survival of the fittest. Eventually, cats are not going to sit under cars because they won't make noise and they will die. And then the ones who don't are the ones that will survive. That's how life works.
And if she has so many cats, wouldn't it just like, and you're just letting them roam free, especially in the garage or the front, just like take a little look. Just take a little look before you go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A,
right?
You know?
Just take a look. Get under your wheel.
Where is she going? It's a lockdown.
Right? It's like DoorDash.
DoorDash.
So easy.
I don't know. I just found it hilarious. This is like the most American thing that's ever happened. Like, my new shiny car kills my cats. The person that makes the car, their fault. There is something to be said. Like, I definitely have been walking in parking lots and maybe not heard a Prius or whatever, but that's usually because the driver is like going really slow and they're texting. Like, the person that's driving the car is not paying attention. I've never really had that feeling before. Although I'm not a cat.
I mean, I'm not a cat either.
Meow.
Clearly. Wow, that sounded like a cat noise. I don't know, man. I'm very confused by this. This is the part of the internet that I don't want to see.
It's there. It's headline news.
Headline news.
Yes.
Headline news.
I mean, we already got a new president. The press is back, Daniel. We're back to what we were before already. Trump's gone. We don't have to worry about the ticking time bomb. It's now fucking, what are the Spears family up to?
Well, you know, whatever.
The Kardashians.
If this is Biden's America, like, let's get back into this stuff. But this video only has 3,600 views.
This is not the original video, though. This was something that was done on Twitter that has now been taken down. This is someone's re-upload of that. This is why we teach Daniel the internet, because he doesn't get that sometimes, most of the time, the original video that these things come from, they never stay because clearly the person's like, oh fuck, that was a bad idea. This is...
Oh, so she took it down.
Oh yeah, she's like, well, this isn't helping the situation. It just like brought attention that I've clearly killed cats.
And people are just making fun of her now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
maybe reach out to the
yikes. I don't know what to do about that.
What would you do?
If I were Jamie Lynn or if I were Elon Musk?
No, Elon Musk. I'm sorry. How would you respond to this video if you literally had to respond to it?
If I'm Elon Musk, if I had to respond.
Also, he's the one that gave coronavirus to Dave Chappelle. All comes first, full circle.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Although he had it in November, so I don't know how he would give it to him in late January, but regardless.
Because he's not even human, Daniel. He is the disease.
Yeah, that's clear. That's clear. What would I say to this poor woman? I would say that's a very unfortunate tragedy that your cats were killed by my vehicles. Cats are killed by vehicles all over the world every day, and it's a terrible tragedy. Not all of them are my vehicles, but some of them. I will take responsibility for my own actions in creating a vehicle that is literally saving the planet.
I'm more of a dog person.
And live here. And I am more of a dog person. Good night. And good luck.
Good night and good luck.
It's like, what do you say when you're like, I'm literally saving the world? I'm saving the world.
Is that what you think he's doing?
I think that's what he's attempting to do.
But then why would he stop the pipeline tunnel from Los Angeles to Las Vegas? Why did that end? That was important.
It's going to happen.
We'll see.
But the Boring Company is only one of his companies.
Right.
So, and it's actually not the most important. The two most important are obviously Tesla and SpaceX.
Obviously.
That's where he has to spend most of his time. The Boring Company, and then the other one with the brain thing, those are less important.
What's the brain thing?
Where they're going to like put a chip in your brain and you'll be able to
I don't like that. I don't like that part. I don't like the idea of just everyone hearing everyone's thoughts, because the idea of thoughts are something that you can't always control, I would think. I think thoughts sometimes are ideas you have to work through to come to a conclusion. And if you hear maybe just the beginning or middle of that thought, you could take it out of context, I think.
No. Well, here's the counter argument. Words get taken out of context every day. The main issue that we have as human beings is our inability to translate our thoughts into words that exactly express what we are thinking.
That's a true point, but I do think that there's something to be said about the buffer time of thinking about the best way to say it. It doesn't always come across the best way, but we know when we engage with someone and talk to them, I think you are addressing them in a way usually that will be received by them. If you just get like the raw thought, it may not work for that person the way that you're thinking about it to figure it out. That's how I feel.
It's possible. I mean, I think there's an argument in both ways. There'd definitely be a lot of workaround that they need to figure out in regards to what you're saying.
Like, how many people are getting canceled day one?
A lot.
Just the Boring Company brain chip goes live and you're like, oh God.
I think, the intent, you would be able to know the intention of the thought.
Right.
And so a lot of things that are then misconstrued and cancelable.
Yeah.
Then you could know the intention, like, oh, the intention was good.
But the intention is something that you may not hear when you are just hearing the thought. I think that in this time when we're pulling back, we're becoming more digital, we're coming behind screens because we're all indoors, we're all away from each other. We're losing that ability to communicate with ourselves. And I'm just feeling like potentially if we're still in this kind of a state and we're never engaging with humans anymore and you only hear their thoughts, I feel like we're going to be more judgy. I feel like we're going to be really judgy. We have to work on actually learning how to...
We're really judgy right now.
Because it's already going that way. I think if you look back 10 years ago, we weren't as judgy. Or we weren't. It wasn't as hyper-focused. Like, there are always terrible people. I'm not trying to ever discount that. But for a majority of people, it's kind of like they're sucked into those craziers in this time. And they're going to navigate towards people that think like them only.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be challenged, dude. I don't know a fucking thing. I'm an idiot. I love being challenged. And I have to put myself out there by talking to be challenged. Because once you say it, it's challengeable. If you keep it inside, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thought.
No, yeah, that's the thought. That's the thought, and I think you're right. I think there's something to be said for that. People are going to do what people are going to do. Obviously we have free will and free choices. For me, I want to learn as much as I can. I want to be challenged. I do not want to surround myself with people that only think like me.
Right.
Because that sounds like a terrible life.
I don't know that it sounds like a terrible life. It just sounds like I'm never going to be challenged.
Well, that just sounds terrible to me.
Some people like that idea.
And I think I would argue maybe a lot of people like that idea. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, or I don't want to live like that.
Right.
I'm not in control of what other people do or say. So
not yet.
I'm only
not yet, Daniel.
About myself. Yeah, exactly.
Give it time. I can see you really gaining some power one day in your life. I'm ready for it. And I hope you will remember this podcast and this time, this friendship, this accountability that I gave you. And you will remember me when you have that power, and you will not use those powers against me. Not too much.
I would never.
Thank you.
Never. I would only use my power for good.
So right now, we're documenting a coup that I get a jail-free card when Daniel has power. Right here.
Well, you want a pardon?
I would like a pardon.
You want me to be the president? I don't
even know if it'll be called that by the time you get power. It might be called something else.
It may be. Chancellor. I'd love to be a chancellor.
Now, just to counter this idea, if this chip they're including could, instead of being a mind reader, but be like a hit clips from the 90s, but it's just one and it's got all your music, so you could just like turn on music. I'm down for that shit. Some podcasts in your head. I'm down for that shit. You don't have to wear
an iPod in your brain.
Well, then you don't have to wear the stupid earphone things. I look like an asshole when I have those things in my head. I look like such a dick. And it's not like I'm rich or anything. Like mine, one of them is scraped because I dropped it and a car ran over one of them. Like it's fucked up. But when I have them in my ears, you can't tell, and I look like a dick.
Yeah,
I just do. You love that.
I love that for you. You're just walking around town looking like an asshole.
Yeah. Be like, yeah, I got these fucking white things in my ears. Better than you. Give me your sandwich.
Hey, you know what? Some people, man.
Some people. We're going to learn more about them soon. Was that an episode?
That's an episode, dude.
All right. Well, I thank you all for being here. Daniel's going to tell you how you can find more about this podcast or anything else, because this is the first time we've done it like this. We usually have an ability to like talk to ourselves and be like, well, did we get everything? Did we say what we need to? We don't have that ability right now. So if we forget it, fuck. Sorry, we'll get it on the next week.
Next week, exactly. Yeah. If you liked this episode of the podcast and you're watching live, you can find it on Spotify or wherever you might get your podcasts. And if you're listening on the podcast, you might as well know that at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Fridays, this podcast will now be broadcast live from Twitch for now. Eventually for YouTube, but we will tell you about that when it happens.
And if you ever miss an episode of us live, there will be a download watchable version on our YouTube channel, Lockdown Podcast, and you'll be able to watch the episode in full if that's your thing, or you can just go to the regular podcast apps and listen to just the audio. Whatever your preferences, our faces are here for you if you want them. The visuals are here if you want them, and if you don't, just keep driving. We'll be there.
Yep. And if you like this show, please give us a 3 to 5 star review in whatever podcast.
If it's lower than 3, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Leave that at home.
Just don't even put it.
Don't put it there. Where can the people find you, William?
They can find me on twitter.com at WillJGabriel. Where can the people find you, Daniel?
The people can find me on YouTube. Just search Daniel Wargo and you'll find one of my silly ass videos.
Or one of his 7 channels. Just make sure you pick the one where the dude looks old. That's the current one. There's some young Daniel Wargos, and that's not the right channel.
Those aren't the right channels.
But it's
Thank
okay.
you for clarifying.
It gets confusing on the internet. There's a lot of even lockdown podcasts at this point. A lot of people have been inspired by our show. They haven't listened to it, but they've been inspired by the name. Well, it's always fun to do this, pal. It's great kind of getting back in the swing of this. I know that it was a little weird at times, but we're going to get through it. There's so much more technical now that we're worried about on the side, but I love that we are now engaged with people. They can watch it here live. They can see our actual faces, so they can see our intent, these things you're talking about. It's exciting, man. It's a whole new era. Season 2.
I love it. Very, very excited. So, yeah.
We'll hang around after this song, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for being here.
Great.
We did the thing